Well, welcome to our little 5-minute clips called Spotlight. There might be some of you that are new. We probably have an audience. I hear from people that say, we watch you on Spotlight, Pastor Dan. So we're turning the page and going into a new month. This month and last month, I suppose, are related, but people asked us if we could talk about this Old Testament God. Do we really have kind of two gods? This Jesus God, this kind and merciful and gracious, and then there's this Old Testament God who shouts out the Ten Commandments from the top of a mountain with rumbling and fire and thunder and smoke and lightning, and the people are scared to death. Whenever God gets unhappy with one group of people, he tells Israel, just go wipe them out. Amalekites. Just wipe them out, kill everybody, kill the men, the women, the children, the animals, kill the king, just scorched earth, destroy it all. Is that necessary? You read Joshua and Judges, if you read the Bible through, there's the next book. And just chapter after chapter, 30,000 die, 50,000 die, 70,000 die. I said, there's a lot of people dying in these books, and it sounds like it's God. What about the story of Uzzah? He's trying to keep the ark from falling over. You'd think that's a good thing, and he struck dead. Lot's wife, pillar of salt. Ananias and Sapphira in Acts 5. They bring the money from the sale of their land to Peter, and he says, this all of it? Yes, that's all of it. Struck dead. You go to the book of Revelation, this is not Old Testament anymore. This is just the Bible. Revelation 14, it says, the smoke of their torment will rise forever and ever. What are we going to do with this? I was in a meeting one time, we were wrestling with this, and the pastor's wife from the back said, you just got to deal with it. He's the only God we have. We can't choose among our God. This is our God. And the idea is that God is this mixture of love and justice and vengeance. And he has two sides to him. And we can't minimize one in favor of the other. God is both of those things. Is that the answer? Is that God is this incredible, amazing mixture? And with his love, he wants to save everybody. With his justice, he has to punish everybody. And God has this conflict within him. People have tried to resolve that conflict. One idea may be that you just take out the part that you don't like. Thomas Jefferson just ripped out those parts of the Bible that he didn't think worked or fit. And there's other groups still doing that today. Or you just like the New Testament and skip the Old Testament. Or you could say maybe God is learning. It's called process theology. God is in process. And God is slowly sort of figuring it out. And he tries this and he tries that. And gradually God is getting better and better and bigger and wiser and kinder and more gracious. And finally God sort of figures it out. And we get to live down here at that version of God as God is matured and become the God of Jesus. What are we going to do? I assume you're probably not happy with most of those options. Is there some way that we can integrate these two pictures of God? And that's what we're going to wrestle with this month. I hope that you'll buy into this and just enjoy it. Struggle with it, wrestle with it. Hopefully we'll have some answers that at least help some. But you go to the book of Hebrews and chapter 1, right off the bat, he says, in the olden days God spoke through the prophets. But in these last days he has spoken us through his Son, who is the radiance of his glory and the exact representation of his being. Evidently the prophets are wonderful. They are inspired of God, and they speak truth, and we are blessed by the prophets. But they are not the exact. Evidently, you can be inspired, but not the exact. Jesus is God himself. And Jesus becomes the last word about God. The prophets are not the last word about God. Jesus is the last word about God. And we have to understand all the Old Testament and the prophets in the light of Jesus. He is our Savior. He is the one we go by. We are Christians. And then we do the best we can to somehow make sense of all those other stories in light of Jesus. So if you're okay with Jesus, hang in with me, because we're going to stay with Jesus. Jesus is the standard. Jesus is the fulcrum. Jesus is everything. And we're going to have to find some way to make the sense out of the rest of it in light of Jesus. So stay with us. This is Spotlight, and this is going to be good. Stay with us. God bless you. Thank you for watching Spotlight. We're so excited about this. We hope that you'll subscribe, and so you'll get all of them. And please just forward it on to others and tell other people about it. And let's just see what kind of an audience we can get for these messages of Spotlight. God bless you.